This is the video you've all been waiting for. The IVECO Daily 4-wheel drive 7-ton beast. Here she is. We'll be talking about the interior, and I'm going to talk to you why I upgraded the rear leaf springs. We're going to be talking about the winch, I'm also going to show you the inside of the van and the time machines and equipment. And I'm going to talk to you about the SPEC lift. Hey! All I ever keep seeing in the comments, when we seeing the IVECO, when we seeing the IVECO. Well, guess what? Today is the video for you. It is the IVECO Daily Beast. So some of you are asking, what's it like to drive the IVECO Daily 7-ton 4-wheel drive on the roads? Well, at the minute, we're on a normal road. It's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. The steering is nice and reactive, feels greatly connected to the road. It's obviously got the 8-speed automatic gearbox, an air seat, which again makes it a lot more comfortable being on the road all day, every day. And this is basically my office, 7 days a week. So I went all singing, all dancing, with all extras where possible. It's a really good van. Originally, it was an IVECO demo vehicle. It was not an ex-fire. No fire services have ever owned this, nor have they ever drove this. This is an ex-IVECO demo, which there is also some content of this particular van on YouTube. So the vehicle then was due to be sold, and basically IVECO that owned it direct, it basically gets bidded off between all their separate branches, and it was Pitter Commercials that basically won their internal auction for the van. They obviously then listed the van on the internet for me to go and purchase. Now, purchase price, a lot of you are going to be wondering how much does a thing like that cost. Off the top of my head, I think it was about 55,000 plus VAT. And that came with about 4,000 to 5,000 miles on the clock. It's a 72 plate, so yes, it is a couple of years old, but it is a beast and it is a right tool. So this is the IVECO Daily 7-ton 4-wheel drive. They are, how do I word it? They're very stylish, very elegant. They've got nice flowing lines. It is a really good looking van, probably in my opinion one of the better looking vans on the market today. With the 4-wheel drive version, this is the front end that you get. Now, a lot of people assume these are your headlights up here. They're not. They're your side lights, and that is your headlight there in the bumper. And if you go really close, you'll see a little bit of water as well. They are not very well sealed for an off-road vehicle, I will be honest. I've also upgraded to a winch bumper, which I believe I purchased from 4x4 Direct, and the winch bumper came from abroad, which is steel, and it is nice and thick as well. And we're currently running one of the later Winch Max winches, which is a synthetic armoured cable, which is very, very heavy duty for all of our winching requirements. This is the IVECO Daily 3 litre turbo engine, and it's kicking out about 180 brake horsepower. The suspension I have upgraded. The reasons being, when I originally picked up my tyre van to put on the back, the suspension did not like it a great deal. Don't get me wrong, the mobile tyre van is very heavy, but we have upgraded the leaf springs, me and Alex, and thanks to Jones Springs in Warsaw for refurbing our leaves, and we've got 2 more. The reason why this IVECO Daily is a game changer is because of this. This is the spectacle lift, which will basically lift up the front or the rear end of a vehicle. This has been custom made to fit the IVECO Daily chassis by a very good friend of mine called Damien, who's based not far from me. He spent quite a bit of time fabricating this and reinforcing it to make it really good. And big thanks to RSA Hoses for coming to do the pipe work. And I'm going to show you a little bit of this later on in the video. So just as we're doing a little bit of filming of the IVECO Daily 4-wheel drive, we've obviously had a mobile tyre job come in now at Stafford Services. So we're going to fly back and go and get a tyre and go get the job done. So we've just had a job landing for a mobile tyre job at Stafford Services on the M6 on the southbound. Obviously we're already in the IVECO Daily mobile tyre van stroke recovery truck. We're on our way back to the yard to grab the new tyre. It's for a job of a Jaguar F-Pace. So we're going to go and get that job done as fast as we can in our IVECO Daily. And I'm also going to give you a quick little tour in the back of the van when we're there, and you'll see some of the equipment in action, such as our compressor, our mobile tyre machine and our wheel balancer. And if you do like what you see on the channel, please make sure to like and subscribe and drop me a little comment below. So we're just pulling into Stafford Services now on the M6 on the southbound. It does show on the overhead matrix that there is a report of obstruction. We didn't see any obstructions as we've just done on the flyover, but hey, you never know. These smart motorways are absolutely lethal, and anything can change at any given second on a motorway, especially a smart one. But anyway, we're on the job and let's get to work in the IVECO Daily, and I think we might just have a little recovery coming in very shortly. And this is the great, what was the word, cameraman? What was the word? This is the great. What the hell are you talking about? This is the great. This is why we're in the beast. This is why we are in the beast. It does everything. So pull up to the tyre job now, and I think we've got a recovery coming in very shortly. One call to GDB gets the job done. Okay, let's go. Where are you travelling?
Birmingham.
Oh, not a million miles.
Nah, I came from Carlisle though.
Oh, nice. So you made it most of the way home then?
I got a long way, what, 40 minutes, half an hour?
Yep. Let's use a little rim protector. Blow some of this rubbish out. Ugh. It's always accelerators. Oh no, saved it. That was a good one. Right, chuck that in and get gone. So if you ever go on YouTube, it'll be under that on YouTube. It's when we do a video of the van.
Yeah?
But yeah, GDB Rescue and Recovery. And you'll see a little glimpse of your one on there.
Oh, you guys, alright guys.
Right, the other job has just landed for the beast. That is the IVECO Daily 4-wheel drive 7-ton with spec lift. So as you've just seen, we've just been straight out to a mobile tyre van job, which is its main job is mobile tyres. But now we've just had a recovery come in for an Audi A4, which has been advised front wheel drive. It is automatic, but it will select neutral. And he's stuck in some temporary traffic light. So rather than going all the way back to the yard, getting a tilt and slide, whatever, bang, IVECO Daily, straight from Stafford Services, and going over to Amerton, which is just outside of Hixon. Some of you may know Amerton for Amerton Farm, and that's where we're going. Move over or slow down for roadside workers. I have to put a couple of cones out for this one. Afternoon. I'm all right. There's no point me asking you. It is what it is. Oh dear. Ah dear. Right. Beautiful. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, really? I'll show and that's the reason why. Oh dear. Jesus Christ. See what trim we've got on there. Yep, we're in the channel, that's good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep your keys in it and the windows down for now, just in case it locks itself or the handbrake decides it wants to go on. So if you want to come and jump in with me, beautiful. You ready? Right, if you keep your foot on the brake, yeah? Just remember the brakes are going to be a little bit crap, so you might have to feather the brake pedal, yeah? And the steering will be heavy. Otherwise she's going to stop. Yep, like that. Right, let me come into that door and try and push it back a bit. If you stay where you are, and straighten the wheel if you can first. That's it. Oh my God. It would help sometimes. And feather your brake pedal. Keep going, keep going. That'll do you there, I'd say, and pop it into park. And pop your windows up as normal. Right, cameraman's nearly home time. But now we've got another job to do in Seiford for a Citroen DS4, which is going from Seiford to Stafford, and I'll be going straight out in the IVECO Daily. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. So we're going to do a little tour of the inside of the IVECO Daily 7-ton four-wheel drive van. Starting off at the front of the show, we've got the new air compressor, which is a 200 litre compressor. It's good, it's petrol, there's no electric start compared to my old one. I have had it a little bit of time since we've had the van, about 6 months, but one thing I'm going to say which is a negative, so when I'm working in the van and on a machine, sometimes I'll lean back, and I have actually took out the oil filler a couple of times. Personally, I think with it being plastic, bit of a poor idea design. It should have been mounted to the side or just not be a plastic cap. But overall, the compressor's good. I'm happy with it. It does do the job well. And the only other thing that I'm going to say is once the engine's kind of warm, it's not very easy to restart on the choke after it's been warmed up. So yeah, I do prefer my old compressor. Am I going to swap it? The answer is I might swap it and put my old one in. But hey, we'll see what happens. But overall, the review, I'd say that compressor is probably about a 6 out of 10, being honest. I've got my Sealy retractable air reel, which I'll sometimes use for an air jack or when the customer asks me to inflate the rest of their tyres. Tyre machine, I have gone back with the old school Auto Motec, the AS24XFA, which is a very good tyre machine. You can do all your run flat tyres, you can obviously do low profile tyres. It's a very good machine. There's not much that it can't do, and it's good that you've got the extra assist arms as well, which makes the job so much easier. So yeah, very good machine, very happy indeed. Currently using the Halfords 2.5 ton jack, which is a Halfords advanced product, so if you break it, they'll replace it, believe you and me. Again, Halfords advanced spanner set, don't use it all the time, but it's just nice and handy when sometimes you might just need it. Obviously, I put my tyre inflators on here. I've got with different ends on. Rubber mallet when you have to sometimes hit a wheel off. Bit of release spray. Bit of multi-gas for the stubborn wheel nuts, ones that are a little bit tight. This bit of shelving is fairly new at the minute. I've not really kitted it out very much, but this was going to be for recovery-related items, such as on here with a snatch block and some slings and some straps. Onto the other side of my van. On this side is basically my steel weights, alloy weights, valves, and again in here some lock and nut removal equipment, some diagnostic equipment, all the little sheer basics that you need. And in the bottom one I've got like a oil filter wrench, screwdriver set, a spare socket set in case I ever bossed a socket on a job, and a couple more accessories in there. And I've got a electronic wheel balancer this time. In my old vans I had a hand spin, but I don't want to be winding the bobbin up anymore. Obviously we carry a first aid kit on the van, which has never been used and hopefully will never get used, but it is there for safety. We also carry a fire extinguisher as well, because you never know when you might need it most. And last but not least, this is the custom made mount for the second battery and for the hydraulic motor that powers the SPEC lift, and a frame which we're still yet to finish off, but it is there, and a separate isolator to kill the power as well. Now it's time to show you the inside of my van, and that also reminds me of today's sponsor, Securicar Stafford. So we are at Securicar in Stafford, also known as Stafford Tow Bars. They are the sponsor of today's video of the IVECO Daily 4-wheel drive. Just to tell you a little bit more about Securicar, they do all your automotive needs, such as speaker upgrades, audio upgrades, head units, vehicle trackers, vehicle security. We've also had our tracker installed on this van by Securicar, and they've also done our speaker upgrades as well, and our subwoofer. Yes, I have got a subwoofer in my van, thanks to Adam and Emma at Securicar. Also for any tow bars, so if you've got a vehicle and you're looking to start towing, now a lot of people have this new B plus E entitlement, again, come down to Stafford Tow Bars and they will certainly get you hitched up. And again, at Securicar, if you're looking for a dash cam, they have got a huge range of Road Angel products, so come down and check them out now. Starting off with the steering wheel, which is a flat bottom steering wheel. Very nice, nice to grip hold of. It's hard wearing as well. Happy with it. At the minute, I have some buttons behind for the standard multimedia IVECO system, which I did not use. I must admit, when I first bought this van, the standard head unit by IVECO was the worst head unit I have ever used in my entire life. Reason one, just to state the obvious, you're driving along, you have a phone call come in, you press your Bluetooth option, but no, your vehicle has to be full on stationary for you to connect your Bluetooth. I didn't like it because if you're driving, a call comes in, you won't be able to pair it up, or sometimes in the other instance that I've had my phone paired out and then it's disconnected, whatever. The standard IVECO multimedia system is horrendous, it's awful. No words to say about it. So I upgraded to a Sony head unit, which is doubled in. It's got built-in Apple CarPlay, it's got Android Play, you've got reverse camera. It's literally got absolutely everything that you want in a head unit. So it's got built-in standard FM radio, DAB radio, Bluetooth, USB, rear camera. Very good head unit, and most importantly, I can plug in my phone, which I'll show you now. Swipe up, and straight away, 3, 2, 1, boom. I've got my Apple Maps, I've got Spotify, play my music, and I can also do my phone calls. Brilliant. Also, to show you my dash cam, which was sent in by IVECO, which is the latest A229 Pro. Big massive thank you to IVECO again for sending this product in for me to review, and it is impeccable. That is the best dash cam that I have ever used. 4K quality. It's high speed. I can obviously sync up and get all the footage off my phone. It's a 3-channel dash cam, front, back and sides. It is literally perfect. It is the ultimate dash cam if you're after one and you're in the market. Forget the rest, try the best. IVECO. So also, this is the automatic gearbox, which is an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Very easy to use. Bang it into gear. Job is a good one, and it's fairly smooth gear change as well. It's not like a Mercedes car or a BMW and you can't even feel it change. It is a smooth box, but for a van, I got no problem at all. It saves that left leg changing gear in my old Ford Transit every couple of seconds. This is obviously an AdBlue. It's a Euro 6 vehicle. At the minute, we are 90% full on AdBlue. Probably get about 2,500 miles out of a tank of AdBlue, which is not too bad considering it's quite a big engine vehicle and it is up and down the motorway doing urban and non-urban journeys. But yeah, quite happy with the AdBlue usage. Some of the work that Securicar have done for me is upgrade me with a heavy-duty subwoofer. It is like being in a nightclub. It is phenomenal. Also, they've upgraded the door speakers, which you can't see, and obviously the tweeters, which you won't see. So the sound quality in here is impeccable compared to the standard IVECO system. They've obviously helped me install the Sony head unit, which I did purchase myself. Not only that, they have also done my security for the vehicle, which is a tracker and also a secondary immobilizer. But I'm not going to tell you what I've got for obvious reasons. But yeah, feel free to check out Securicar, do an amazing job. And don't forget, they also do tow bars as well. So go check them out. Obviously, I have seat covers on here at the minute, but I have also got heated seat for the driver. And not only that, it is also air suspension as well. Not that it's going to work right now because I'm not sitting on it, but yeah, air suspension seat, very comfy vehicle. And again, underneath here, we have lots of storage as well. So you can put all various bits in there, or some gym weights as well. Happy days. Some of my controls on here for my left floodlight, rear floodlight and the right hand side floodlight, and also some basic switch control pad for my side flashes, interior lights, front grille, rear reds, rear ambers, and obviously the roof beacon. Pretty basic, but hey, it's simple and it works. So we are now going out in the IVECO daily. We're going to be doing a little bit of light off-roading up Cannock Chase. And if you do like what you see on the channel, please make sure to like and subscribe, and drop me a little comment below of your thoughts of the IVECO daily beast. It also has a low ratio differential, so we can lock the diffs, and on the dashboard there are 3 buttons, so we can either lock the front axle, the rear axle, and it's also got a centre lock on the transfer box as well. It has got disc brakes all round for optimum performance and all weathers, and obviously with the weight of the vehicle. And it is also able to tow 3.5 tonne on the back of that van. Spec lift is currently rated to 1500 kilograms as well. This is obviously not your everyday vehicle that you are going to take off-roading, but the reason why I bought it, we do sometimes get people that do drive their cars in very weird and remote locations, especially also renowned with Cannock Chase over the years. So having that 4-wheel drive capability does give me that bit better peace of mind that I can get to the job. Obviously we are equipped with front winch, and we've also got spec lift on the back. A very, very capable vehicle, but you probably won't catch me doing any green laning or pay and play days. It's not really the van for that, but having the capabilities, it is there, and it is a lot of peace of mind. With the IVECO Daily having lifted suspension, gives us very good off-roading capabilities for obviously climbing up hills, and obviously for coming back down as well, so that we do not bottom out. So we are now at Seiford Ford in Staffordshire, taking the beast through. But before I went through, we've got a little button that we press, and that basically disables the front fan to try and minimise any water being sucked up into the engine. Good little feature to have on that vehicle. Right, so the running costs of this vehicle, yes, it is a 3-litre turbo engine, but yes, the vehicle is quite heavy. She is just shy of 5 tonnes. Roughly get between about 10 and 15 miles to the gallon, which is not bad given the size of the vehicle. Moving on to the interior. I like the interior in this vehicle. It's very good, it's very comfy, nice and simple. Everything is basically where you want it. So the interior gets very good marks from me. I'm going to say a good 8 out of 10 for a van. Very impressed. The practicality of the vehicle. I cannot drive through a drive-through McDonald's. It is no good at all. It's a very high vehicle. It's obviously quite wide. So practicality in regards to, you know, bit of pleasure outside of work, you know, like I say, driving through a drive-through, going out for a meal, going to Tesco's, it's massive. It takes up 2 spaces. Practicality of this vehicle from a working perspective is phenomenal. It does my mobile tyre fitting, it does recovery, it will also do winch outs as well, and it will also go through water. So that side gets absolutely top marks from me. What is it like to drive handling wise? It's obviously a big van, it is a big bus. You do have to drive it like it is a HGV. Obviously, license-wise, this is classed as a 7.5 tonne licence to drive it. Obviously, for me, I've got Class 2 and Class 1 to do both. But if you wanted to drive one of these, it is basically your 7.5 tonne licence, and you do drive it like a lorry. You can't drive this van like I would drive my Ford Transit Mark 7 van. they are two totally different kettles of fish, especially with it being lifted, especially with having the weight. So yeah, you do have to drive it, you know, like you're taking your test all over again, but it's smooth, it's comfortable, it's practical. I'm very happy with it, very happy indeed. And the handling for the size of the van, it's good, but you have got to be careful when you're going around that certain bit of a bend because you've got all your equipment behind you as well, and especially if you are towing. But yeah, you know, it's good. I am very happy with it overall. So this is obviously the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do I think of the IVECO Daily out of 10 for me? Well, like I've already mentioned a fair few times, it's my mobile tyre van. That is my wheels on the road of a mobile tyre van. It obviously does my recovery for certain vehicles whilst I'm already out and about. So those two factors for me is an absolute 10 out of 10, I'll be honest. But there has been a couple of negatives with this so far. So a couple of little things on the door hinges. They were loose. They came loose after a very short period of time. I've actually got another one of the door handles has now come a little bit loose, which is very weird. Is it a category M write-off or something? I don't know. But no, it was HPI clear, but I think there's been a little something either behind the scenes or something gone on in the IVECO production line for these. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of Loctite in future might be worth doing IVECO. Hey. Also, my compressor is working, but it doesn't automatically come on anymore. I've rang up IVECO. They said it could be one of the sensors somewhere between the pipeline as such. I've done a few tests over the phone with them, still no further. So what I've had to do at the minute is wire up a separate switch off the compressor into the dashboard of the vehicle to turn it on. So when my air's getting low, I then flick a switch and it builds the compressor air and boom, we're good. The reason why I've had to do that, it gives such an annoying bleep when there is no air in the system. Every 5 seconds, beep, beep, beep. I only need the air which is built into the vehicle if I want to engage the diff locks. And that is the only time it needs air. Other than that, I've got my own 200 litres worth of air in the back of my compressor. But yeah, little things that's quite annoying when you spend a lot of money. Anything else that I've had kind of go wrong just yet? No, well, yes. The lights on the fogs were already replaced brand new when I bought it. They bought them brand new, IVECO did, before I bought it because they were full of water. But hey, guess what? They're full of water again. So again, they aren't very well sealed. Just little things that let it down. It's an off-road vehicle. It was made for being in off-road environments. Why not just kind of address this leak and light issue? And again, the compressor, it must be some type of a wiring fault. I've checked the fuses, checked the relays, they're all fine. So it's obviously a sensor somewhere. And the only other negative I'm going to say is when I bought it, obviously you've seen it doing the off-roading in the IVECO demo, this vehicle was caked in mud underneath. Not round the sides, that was great. That was beautiful and clean. But underneath, my God, there was just piles of mud. It's literally spent a day jet washing the underneath of that vehicle. But other than that, that's it. It's now obviously in my ownership. I've got the vehicle. It's the 8-speed automatic. It's a beautiful gearbox and it's got plenty of power, being 180 brake horsepower. So really for me, this IVECO Daily for my requirements, not yours, is a 10 out of 10. I am over the moon and I don't think I'm going to get another van that gives me that type of a payload with that off-roading capability, with the winch, with a spec lift, and it's comfortable and it's like being in a nightclub as well on the inside thanks to Securicar. So yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. If you think you can find me a more suitable van for my requirements of tyre fitting and recovery, do let me know below. But at the minute, there's no manufacturers that are going to beat it. Hands down, it's the IVECO. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you all again soon. And a big thanks to those that have been buying the merchandise on the website. There's not much left at the minute, so if you do want a little bit of merch, get on there now. www.gdbrescueandrecovery.co.uk/shop. And a big thanks to Shane for coming out and getting the video editing and obviously all the footage. Just dreading the invoice. It is what it is. See you all soon. Thanks for watching.